Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Kim with Kim's Inspired Life, and welcome to hashtag Watercolor Wednesday. This is an open collab hosted by our friend Tanya at Side Gig Crafts, and I've been wanting to participate in this Watercolor Wednesday. I am not a watercolor artist by any means. My daughter-in-law does fantastic, and I think I've shown some of her art projects on my channel. It's hard for her to find time to watercolor, but she is just a wonderful artist. I decided that I wanted to, in 2023, well, honestly in 2022, I kind of was thinking this, but I'm committed for 2023, and that I wanted to start watercoloring more. So I had picked up this book, Rumbacher, 30 sheets, acid-free watercolor, 8x8, 140-pound GSM paper, or 140-pound 300 GSM paper at Five Below for $5. So, and I had it just here in my craft room. And then these prang paints that I'm using that look like this were actually free. Just 8 semi-moist watercolors. At the beginning of this school year, so in August, actually it was right when school started, I was invited by our diocese to give along with one of my girlfriends, to talk to the preschool directors. The topic was social emotional learning, and so, but we talked about a variety of things, and of course we included art as one of the ideas when you're working with children in early childhood. So we brought some art supplies with us, and these paints were part of that, and they of course paid for everything. This brush that I'm using came out of that container. This other set of paints over here I actually bought as one of the clearance items or daily deals or something on a Cherry on Top online. And honestly, I mean, this was a cheap set of paints. I want to say this cost me $3 for all of these. I wouldn't recommend it. I've used these probably 3 times now, and I'm just about almost to pan. And the colors aren't true colors. They're iridescent. At a local art store, I just picked up this little water bottle. What is this? 2 ounces? Yeah, 2-ounce water bottle. So that's what I'm using. I have a wipe over here that I'm using as well. So what I decided to do for Watercolor Wednesday was just go from, page to page and just do some very simple watercoloring. And on every page, I'm going to have something written, just kind of reflecting my mood for that day or week or whatever it is, and then have some watercolor to go along with this. And I got actually this idea from someone on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Karen Elaine Creative, I believe. Karen Elaine Creative, yeah. And so that's what she was doing, and I thought, that's just what I want. Just like when we're coloring in a coloring book, just nice and easy, not too many decisions to be made, and just kind of have a quiet time where you can just put some color on paper. So on this page, my first page, I added, "Loving God, please grant me peace of mind and calm my troubled heart. Give me strength and clarity of mind to find my purpose and walk the path you've laid out for me." So that's kind of where my heart is this week. And so what I started with is just some thin lines. And I just kind of went back and forth between this pan and this pan over here. You can see I started with some reds and oranges, yellows, greens, blues. When I got to the purples, I thought, oh my gosh, my line is getting so much wider than it is up here. So let me slow down on that and make that a little bit smaller again. So I got to the purples and then the browns. This last brown is the brown that came out of the prang pan. And so I'm going to come over here to this color palette over here, and I'm going to use some of these colors over here. The one thing about this set that I'm using, this set that's on the left, is after you spray it, you really need to work around and really, moisten it up really well before you put it on. So my camera probably isn't at the best angle, so my hand is in the way. Let me move my camera so it's kind of like this way. And so how much easier can this watercolor get that I'm choosing to do? Maybe later on I'll try to do some shapes or flowers or something. I don't know. I really don't have a plan right now, other than, like I said, just getting getting paint on the paper. So when I'm done with that color, And all I'm going to do is just, I could get a bowl of water and dip it in and do that whole thing, but yeah, I'm not doing that. I like to just do this. It's nice and easy, and I think I'm going to use this kind of dark color over here. I mean, the shimmer in these colors is fun, and you know, it does, you know, add some fun, I guess, to your paper, you know, other than just the flat colors, but I don't know. And then I have this other at a yard sale I bought. It's called, they are called I bought it because it was watercolors. It said watercolor on the outside of the box, but it's actually tubes. And so, and I do have some of those little paint trays, you know, those two colors I think were too similar. I do have some paint trays, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like, you know, squirting out the paint and all of that, and so, but I do want to try them. I'm not going to get rid of them because I do want to try them and see what their consistency is. So, all right, so I've gone through all of the colors in my Prang palette, and the only one that I haven't done is this black. So I'm going to go ahead and paint. They're obviously, like, I think they're like about, I want to say they're about 3 times as expensive as Crayola watercolors. And the best time to buy Crayola watercolors, as you probably know, is at the beginning of the school year when all the kids are buying their school supplies, because they have them for, you know, usually like $1.49 or something. If you wait at Target, they're like $3.79 or something, which I think is just so crazy. But that's what happens. So, and Crayola, and I guess, you know, I didn't bring my Crayola watercolor paints out because I got so tired of seeing them in my classroom after so long. And so when they bought us these Prang paints, ooh, did I make a mess? When they bought us these Prang paints, I was so excited. I thought, oh, they bought us the good stuff. See how that's bleeding together a little bit? That's not bothering me. I thought I was going to stop right there, but I think I'm going to go ahead, and there's this silver color that's in this pan, and it's a pretty, I like this pretty silver color. So I'm going to use that as a last color here. But you can see that, look at that black is just bleeding into that. I don't know if I like that or not, but I'm going to leave it because, you know, I don't know what it's going to look like, and at the end when it dries, and, you know, it's actually, and it's kind of interesting, you know, kind of gives it a little bit of character, I think. So, not that worried about it. I'm going to leave it. And I did want to leave some at the bottom, because when it dries, I think I'm going to put the date down here or something. So, anyway, that's it. That's my simple first Watercolor Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to join every Wednesday or every other Wednesday. But I have about 3 or 4 so far ideas of what I want to do. Again, just keeping it really simple, and you know, always adding some sort of words or text or inspiration. That's it for hashtag Watercolor Wednesday. Follow the hashtag to be inspired, to see what other people are watercoloring. I'm thinking I'm going to pick up some techniques during this Watercolor Wednesday. I think also I'll have my daughter-in-law as a guest one Wednesday and have her share with you some of the things that she has watercolored, and some of the things that she likes to watercolor as well. So I don't know, just thought those are my thoughts at the moment. So thank you, Tanya, for hosting this collab, for inspiring and motivating us to take out our watercolors and just have fun. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.